Got a question. Alright, so when and where did you get into the rap game?
That's a long time ago. I'd say about junior high school, 1984, the basketball team.
Basketball team.
Where that was Lapeer, Michigan, outside of Flint.
That's a high school?
That's a Zemmer Junior High School. We would catch the away games and sit back in the bus, start spitting raps.
Gotcha.
And
gotcha.
that's how that happened.
And who were your early influences?
I would say my three favorite during the 80s were Run DMC, the Beastie Boys, Public Enemy. But everyone listened to LL Cool J. Kumo D, he was great. They would feud. Kumo D, I think, beat him in my humble opinion. Eric B, Rakim, EPMD, Scarface, whoever was doing it. Then NWA came along, late 80s a little bit, and kind of took over a little bit.
So you said the 80s, so tell me about the 90s. How was that for you?
90s, I graduated in 1990, Lapeer West. And the 90s were a blur, man. Smoking weed, selling weed, working at, 40 hours a week, rapping with your friends, going out with your girlfriends.
Did you get any new influences during this time?
Yeah, I did. They all switched up.
Got the management.
E40, 8-Ball MJG, and Ice Cube. I really was digging on some Ice Cube in that time frame. But definitely 8-Ball MJG.
So, we're going to
Orange Mountain, Tennessee, baby.
Tennessee.
And then I went to University of Miami, Florida, Coral Gables in 96, 97 actually, excuse me. And, it's crazy because it was a 180, I was making a bunch of cheddar, working all the time, flipping with your homies, and then you're walking to campus to go to class. But the cool thing was I was always listening to a Walkman and listening to beats and rapping wherever I went, walking. And that vocabulary at the college was insane, reading all the books. So rapping was easy, freestyling was easy because of all that, the education the university brings you.
Oh yeah. Just
And
the
then
atmosphere.
came back home from Florida to Michigan about 1999, 2000, moved to Kalamazoo with the Grices and kind of formed like a little top-notch family, almost all-star clique. Because that's what we were rapping in the 90s anyways.
So is this where the Lakeshore Players started?
Not yet. I mean, after we moved back from Kalamazoo, which was a blur, 5 years of working, hustling, flipping weed, freestyle rapping, battle rapping, meeting people. This was all on Kalamazoo, Western Michigan University. So that was good times.
Kalamazoo?
Everybody should enjoy, a time where you can pay your bills and not have to worry about it, go on vacations, spend money and not have to worry about it. And those 5 years were pretty fun.
Oh yeah.
But the Lakeshore Players started in 2009, in the summer of Saugatuck, Michigan on the Lakeshore. Players, positive over negative, players versus haters. Kind of a Norman Vincent Peale, if you will, the power of positive thinking. And that's kind of how it formed. And the first 4 beats were a guy, Sinister from South Haven, and then AK from Alaska, who lived in Saugatuck, was going to high school, finished up the rest of that album off a Mac laptop. He put a lot of knock in his basses. Interesting album. I still listen to it. It was 10 years ago. I can't believe it's a decade already.
So that takes into 2009?
Yep, that's 2009, yep.
So that's damn near close to that.
Then we had 3 albums that year, 2010. Oh My Cushness was more freestyle, like crazy, go for it. But some good songs on there too, like more song reformed where we're learning, Then Come Proper, and both those were done by a guy named it's Illway Music, but it's Corleone. Pretty cool, learned a lot. And 2011 seemed like it was more mixtapes, and we did like 16 mixtapes. I have.
From then to now?
Yeah, 21 albums. So that's like 37 projects that I can remember.
What I noticed your mixtapes is like movie script at the same time.
Yeah, it's the Sopranos series is really my function now. That's all I dedicate my time to. And I met Loper Lens Productions, this guy from West Plains, Missouri, but he's from Cincinnati. And he does all the computer stuff. I can't do that. You know, I just be straight up with you. You know, I do a lot of different things, but not the computer stuff.
We got the director slash rapper slash. Look at the work. Look at the work. Putting in the work. See that?
So anyways, the Sopranos series is... That's not the name of the original series, and it's made for TV, and I'm trying to like sell it to Netflix. But I'm done with 5 seasons, 12 episodes, so that's 60 episodes. But the titles of the episodes come from the songs, from the rap songs, and the songs are kind of the episodes, but the episodes aren't the videos. Know what I mean? If you can follow all that, it's a little complicated, but it isn't. But anywho, so there's the 5 seasons that I was referring, working on a 6th. Loper Lens is putting out the videos. That's what this is too. This 11 block video, 11 out of 84. That's about 1/8 of what you're seeing. And sure is fun to do. Music's great. And I like music from the underground. I've got, when I was younger, I listened to all the industry. That's how I kind of fell in love with it. Like, okay, cool, you can dance to it. It's cooler than, Metallica's great, but, doing all that all the time. So switch it up a little bit. Fast forward to now, and you got guys like Chucky Workclothes from Indianapolis, who just he's a stud.
Shout out the boy Workclothes.
Yeah, and he gets down with all these guys, these classic rappers, different age groups, different cities. Yeah, state to state, nationwide. And he works with different people, Crackalack Films, but he works with a ton of people. That's a guy I really dig. Underground. Of course, Vegas, Lakeshore Players, Loper Lens. Loper turned me on to Jesse Michael. He's a wild man, and his crew. There's Sean Hamm. He's wild. Gringo Gang 317, area code Indianapolis. I personally think Indianapolis is kind of a hotbed for talent myself. I scout it nationwide myself, just for shits and giggles. There's a ton of guys out there. Jay Deasy from Texas to Michigan. Albago, spits at Spanglish. Juarez to Saugatuck, Michigan. Yoshi, who was like down with LSP early. Pressure Music Entertainment now, but Pressure Music is in Tennessee. De Niro, you're always going to have De Niro. Put in work. He's a family man and works a lot, but sure is talented. Top authority from Flint early on in the 90s, Go on and on about all the talent that really is underground. They say the rap game's dead. I don't think it's dead. I think the young bucks had their turn. They fucked up, and now it's the old guys' turn again. I really do. It's just, you want to make some fucking money, don't you? That's what I thought. So, what I say is, do some shit that means something, and that's what like Workclothes does. That his ethic is on point, consistency. He raps with everybody, and if you go check his stuff out, you'll see he raps with everybody.
Working, not jerking.
Yeah. Tell you, Tony Cleveland. He gets down with the homie, the Giant. Believe that's his name, just off the top of my head. You got Dope Fresh Don. Those guys are like Louisville, I believe. I'm just not 100% sure on their story, but these are just cats he gets down with. Then E40, Young Bleed, Paul Wall, Project Pat, etc., etc. So, the albums we have done, like I said, is all in the past. It's good work to always sharpen your skills. Do it, because if you're not doing it, then you ain't doing it. You gotta do it. So I'm gonna end the documentary this way. The Sopranos series is where we're at. It's made for TV, 6th season. peep the shit, like it, subscribe it, whatever. I put stuff on CDs and burn them. You'll see that in maybe another interview. This is just a little part, a piece. All you players out there, stay players, and all you haters, keep hating. Word up.
Haters, cause
Lakeshore
they
players,
haters.
Vegas, Loper.
Yeah. Boy.